Hello, everybody. Jared here. I have not posted a video in a while, and it's been about 2 months since I posted one, so I decided to do an updated video. So, the last couple of months have been pretty busy. I've had coronations to go to, which included Waco's coronation, Austin's coronation, San Antonio's investitures, and I've done a lot of local shows in town. And recently, I've become a cast member on Wednesday nights at the Hidden Door, so I've been doing a lot more shows now, and it's been interesting that now, like, I'm still doing court shows, and then I'm doing Wednesday night shows, and I'm actually doing a show tonight for Jericho's birthday. Since he asked me to be a part of it, I'm doing a Saturday night show, so hopefully I'll make better tips this time than I do on Wednesdays, because Wednesdays, it's hit or miss if we make money or not. So am grateful for the opportunities, of course, because I'm trying to be out there more and do more shows, and I'm still open for tip spots and bookings. I can travel if I am told with enough advance to prepare. And if you aren't paying for my way up there, whether by bus or whatever, then you're gonna have to or paying for a room. Then you have to understand that I have to make plans to be there. Like I have to plan my Greyhound or ride or something. I typically I typically take Greyhound when I travel unless I get a ride, which I've been lucky at the last few coronation events I've been to. I really have not been able didn't have to take the bus. The only time I took the bus was when I went to Imperial Pride, coming back home after the pageant. So I'm going to talk about Imperial Pride. Waco. Waco was great. Waco. Alexis finally stepped up. I'm happy for her. She is doing her job as a monarch in Waco, so good for her, yay. That same weekend on that Sunday, I traveled up from Waco to Fort Worth, so I didn't have to take the bus. And I ended up going to the pageant, and I didn't win, and I didn't expect to win. I thought I had a chance at winning, but you know, it don't have to score as fundraising, so it's a court based pageant. So that's how it goes. I was gonna do Wall of Food a month later, but things happened where I couldn't. So so before I left for Waco coronation, something happened. Mark, my stepdad, had a stroke. Mom let me go, and I don't. He's now out of the hospital now. He's doing pretty well for someone who had a stroke. He can walk, he can talk, he's using a walker, but we have to keep, he can't really be alone, like he has to be supervised. But we are, I'm still going to travel and do things. I My mom is going to get a much well-deserved vacation in October to go to Dallas. It's fine. I really didn't want to go to Dallas anyway. It's one of those things. I've already Once I go to Indiana in a couple weeks, in a week and a half, after that weekend, I've already had my 7 coronations. I don't need to go to any more coronations if I don't want to. And I probably will go to Houston or probably will go to Fort Worth, but as of right now, but beyond Indiana in a couple weeks, I don't have any coronation plans. I would love to go to Colorado Springs. I would love to go to other coronations, but I think it's best that I don't for right now. I want to go to more, but I can't be at every coronation. I can't be at every. There's always a coronation going on every weekend across the ICS throughout the year. So that being said, I have some things that have happened that where I feel like I've been dealing with a lot, and besides that, my mom moved, and between all that, Mark moved. That was extremely stressful. There was a lot of stress behind that too. I mean, the move was supposed to do all that, and they didn't. But it is what it is. We have to move on, and they're in the new place now. It's a nice place. It's closer to the bar. So if they do decide to go to the Hidden Door, they're up the street, literally. I'm not exaggerating. Like literally 2 blocks. So I will say this. I am happy to announce that I have done a lot this so far, and my goal is to do well, continue to do things for the court as well. I'm not competing in anything right now. People have asked me, "Are you competing in anything?" And I said, "Actually, no, I'm not." And there's some drama going on with US of A anyway. That like US of A had some issues. You know, Glam was supposed to be the new national promoter, and something happened, and she didn't. I don't know if she didn't pay or there was some contract that didn't get signed. I don't know the whole story, but there's some drama going on US of A now. Brandon and who's the current Mr. US of AMI is now taking over that reigns. I do support US of A, and there's some drama coming on with the Miss too, that the Miss Texas wasn't able to step down for something that happened. I don't know, because I feel like if they did something in the past and they're waiting 4 or 5 years later for any sort of consequence, then that makes no sense. That absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. If you were gonna say they can't compete or they can't do something, you should have told them when they did it. But y'all let it go back then. So I don't think it should. Like, yes, people should take accountability for their actions they did in their past, but I think everything happened. But I also feel like don't punish somebody 5 years later. Don't punish them 4 years later. They like the Miss Texas. They've earned they won the title finally. They've gotten many contestants for Miss Texas, so they've done what they're supposed to do. They've honored their obligation, and that's really something that makes me question. It makes me kind of be like, well, I guess I'm dodging a lot of USA bullets this year because you know I don't want to be part of any drama. Sometimes the court is dramatic enough. But I'll be right. Give me just one moment. Sorry, guys, I was back. I just had to go to the restroom real quick. But anyway, investitures was our next thing. San Antonio's investitures. Originally, I was riding up with someone, and then they told me at the last minute that there wasn't going to be room in the car for me. And I was annoyed because I hadn't booked a Greyhound. I hadn't, usually I did put on Facebook, I did reach out, and nobody in our court, I asked people that I would expect to go to these type of events to go, and yeah, it was irritating. I was like, mm. But I got lucky that I had one of my friend TJ's friends messaged me, and he was fine with splitting the gas cost. I already had booked a room up there anyway, so the room was going to be something I paid for on my own, and I ended up buying us food too, but I didn't do too bad money wise at San Antonio Investor. I tipped and I made sure that I didn't we didn't stay for the show. We were going to stay for the show, but the event was the actual investing part was going longer, and my ride was getting anxious, and he is on the spectrum as well, and so I get it. I totally get it. It was crowded, it was hot in there, and in San Antonio country, but it was fine. I apologize. I said, my ride isn't feeling it's getting overwhelmed and we have to go. And I left. I did cross my name off the show list because I was 15 or 16. We were going to be there a while if we had stayed. If I was towards the beginning, I might have stayed a little bit longer, but since I wasn't towards the beginning and I was towards the middle, towards the end, I was like, we're going to be here a while. There's no way. So I ended up tipping. When I was there, I tipped, and then when it was time for us to go, when I told the people that were running the lineup, I said, "Here's some money that I would have tipped out anyway." I gave them a handful of ones. I don't know how much it was, but it was something to go towards their main charities. Because they usually investitures, they have an investing part, and then there's a show afterwards where they're raising money for charity. After that, we went to Dairy Queen and went back to the hotel and rested. That was it. Coming back the next day, I got home, and after that, I was back home, and shortly after that, I was invited to be an actual command for Waco's investor, which meant that as a command, I got to keep my tips. Commands are the only ones that investors that keep their tips. So if you're command, it's usually during the investing or right before the investing part. And then there's a show to follow after the investing part, which I performed in for charity too. So I did two numbers. I did one for the command, which took place in a church. I'm glad I didn't wear anything revealing or inappropriate, or did any songs with any bad words, because the song I didn't have any bad words. And I typically don't cuss in my music, but this event took place in a church, and I tried to maintain that I was classy and ladylike. But my outfit was this light blue jumpsuit thing. Originally, I ordered something else, but it didn't fit me, and I ended up giving it away to another queen. So what I've been doing is, if I buy something and it doesn't fit me, or I don't like how it looks on me, I end up giving it to another queen. Or I don't like how it looks, or don't like how it's fitting me, or doesn't. For whatever reason that I don't like how it looks, I don't want to wear it ever again. I give my rejects to people who might need them. So, for example, I give usually I give it to Jackie. Sometimes it's to my mom. Sometimes to some of the other queens that perform on our shows, like Robin. Because Robin can take that stuff in. Like, there's a lot of people who can do that. But I'm glad that I'm able to do that, because I got a million dresses, and I'm always getting more. Like, I'm always getting new outfits all the time. And then my Taylor Swift show happened before Waco's investiture. And that show raised $435, and it was a great show. A lot of people thanked me for it. It was a great turnout, and I still got to host one more event at some point this reign, which I have time to do. It's just getting those things done. My goal is to do as much as I can within reason. Like, I've told people that I can't do cookouts most of the time because I work at that time. And if I do go to a cookout, it'll be after I get off at 6, and at that point everything's pretty much done anyway. Unless they're completely out of food. Like, I know Sunday they have a cookout, but not for the court. I think it's like tacos or something. I like supporting. I mean, I didn't really do support people, and I didn't really want to raise money for charity, and that's why I've been trying to be at every show. I've been at pretty much, so far this reign, I've been at every part of every charity show. And I've only missed one meeting. So I've done stuff here too. And my goal is to be at everything within reason. Not everybody's going to be at everything. That's not realistic. Not impossible, but not realistic. And then, so after that, I didn't travel again until Austin, and we also had a show the weekend before Austin here in town, and Austin was fun. I think I had a good time. But I've also started going on this quote diet, where I'm not really doing it to lose weight. I'm doing it to be healthier overall, like have more energy for shows, because this month in my calendar I have 12 drag events. I'm doing drag 12 times, and 11 of those times I'm performing, and that's basically a show every two and a half days, or every 3 days. So I've been doing a lot of shows this month, and I want to make sure I have the stamina, the endurance, the energy by eating healthier, eating less junk food, less fast food, less. Yes, I do indulge on the weekends. But I still, like, on the weekends I can get away with eating a little bit of fast food or a little bit of this, but I've been mostly eating healthy for the most part, like cooking at home, drinking lots of water. Like, last Friday, I drank 7 bottles of water because it was a show day, and I was like, it was an early show day, so it was like, water, 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 water. So I made sure that my body, had fluid, and I'm still, like, today's a show day, so I'm drinking water. Trying to stay hydrated, because If I don't stay hydrated, that's also it's 100 degrees outside, and it's best just stay hydrated. I did not plan on doing like this. Didn't like happen. I just happened, and I was like, I was just gonna. I'm already on a month of doing this quote diet. Yes, I'm eating less junk, less fast food, less soda, less unhealthy stuff. I do have my treats that I like ice cream, and then I have Dr Pepper once in a while. But I've been cutting back on even drink. Like I don't drink a soda with almost every meal now. I try to drink more water. Like I've been doing my best to cut back on soda. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. Eating salad for lunch and bringing my own lunch and bringing my own snacks to healthy snacks like carrots, yogurt, cheese cubes, stuff like that to keep my strength up during the day. So that's kind of why I haven't really seen a big difference yet, but I also know it's too soon it might take a few months. You never know. I felt like last Friday I wasn't super tired when I got off stage, so it's like I guess that's a win. But for the most part, I've eaten pretty healthy. I've cooked at home. Yes, I still eat carbs. I still eat stuff like that because you do need those things to have energy to do the shows. Because the shows, so like instead of buying 3 12 packs of Dr Pepper when I get paid, I only buy one. And last paycheck, when I got paid last time, I didn't even drink all 12 in the 2 weeks. Same thing for like, and I haven't even like, and to be honest, the new 12 pack I got on payday, I haven't even opened it. I still have 12 pack, 3 Dr Peppers in the fridge left from the 12 pack I had last paycheck. So that's insane. How much soda I've actually drank? Less soda I'm drinking, but I'm doing my best. Nobody's perfect, and even if you're on a diet, no one's gonna judge you for being imperfect. So I will say that another thing that's happened besides that is, Austin was fun like Friday night, but their ball went till 1:30 in the morning, and we didn't drink Saturday night, so it was like, but we did it, and it's great that I've started another coronation, and I'm going to be going to Indiana in a couple weeks, and let us all hope that things go well. I'm going to fly up to Indiana, and I'm taking the bus back because the flights got too expensive. It's still expensive to take the bus, but I had a voucher that could help me save a little bit. So I gotta go. Bye.